Hello, this is Brian.
Yes, I am calling from the Nationwide Flood Insurance Company. I understand that you live in a floodplain area, and we are trying to get people to get a very good policy with us as $100 a month that will cover all expenses for people that live in flood-prone areas. So would this be something you'd be interested in, sir?
Wow, the flood. That was a scary time. Back in 72, there was a flood in my area, and it was the Agnes flood, and it
Yes,
destroyed
sir.
like the whole city and more, a few cities. It was terrible. It destroyed one of my favorite grocery stores, actually. It was called the Acme at the time, and it
Yes, sir.
destroyed the Acme, and then there was a car wash right next to it, and it got that. My dad got videos on his old camcorder at the time. It's only black and white. I wish I could have seen what it looked like in color, but it was massive
Yes, sir.
destruction, and cars were overturned everywhere. Bridges were covered. It was terrible. I think it was back in 72. Now I was only 1 year old. I couldn't remember anything, so I'm glad my dad got those videos to show me because it was total devastation. I mean, even the whole city of Wilkes-Barre, which is like right next to it, a neighboring city. The whole town of Wilkes-Barre, like it's called Public Square. There's a lot of shopping things on Public Square. There was a Woolworths, and the whole street was lined with stores, but it was all covered with. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
Oh, no, that's all right, sir. Yes, I was just wondering if you'd be interested in our rock bottom policy we are offering right now.
Oh, rocks
as,
does the flood.
as it would only be $100 a month as the introductory offer
Yeah,
to
even
you.
the rock bottom was covered too. How did you know that? The flood was so bad it covered the rocks completely on the bottom of everything, on the sidewalks. There was rocks everywhere. It just pushed a massive load of rocks right through the whole city, and there was so much evacuation, and these bulldozers had to come in with trucks and move all of these rocks that were underneath the water.
Yes, sir.
All these buildings were destroyed. It was terrible. Now, my dad got videos of it on an old VHS, no, an old camcorder type thing. It was only black and white.
Yes,
And
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
oh,
Yes, sir. Would this be something that you would be interested, since you are in a flood-prone area, and we are in the middle of hurricane season? As you know, with global warming, hurricanes are becoming more increasingly dangerous, especially for those who live in a flood zone, like your area has been documented.
That flood zone, that is pretty scary. I mean, back in 72, there was an Agnes flood, and it took out quite a bit of cities. And there was Kingston, part of Kingston. I don't know if you're familiar with the area or not. You probably are.
No, sir. I'm not that familiar, but I am aware that your area is a flood-prone area. That's why we're offering this rock bottom policy with a special introductory offer of $100 a month.
Would the flood policy cover like pets and everything too? Because I have a dog here that is like
everything,
dog,
sir. It would cover everything.
Hold on, I'm trying to explain this. I want to make sure.
I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
I have a dog here. It's a Newfoundland dog. Okay, and all I got him about 8 years ago. Is the best dog in the world. I mean, if you put a piece of meat on the floor and you walk away and you go into another room, that dog will not eat that piece of meat until you give him the go-ahead. So what I did is I put a piece of meat there and I just walked away. I went away for 5 minutes and I came back and the dog was staring at me. Can I eat that piece of meat? So it's pretty nice. The dog is a great dog. It's a black and white dog, and it only eats like dry food and in the mornings, and we give him like raw meat at night and stuff.
Yes,
so
sir.
The dog it's a great dog.
Yes, sir.
The dog's name is Emma.
Yes, sir. Your dog would definitely be covered under this policy.
What about a cat? I mean, I have a cat. It's an
Yes,
orange cat,
I'll
kind of like Garfield. It doesn't eat pizza and stuff like that crazy cat in the cartoons does. It's just it's pretty fat. It is like Garfield. It's a fat cat and doesn't do much but lay around the house all day. At least,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. All pets would be covered under this policy, sir. You don't have to express every animal that you own. This would cover every animal that you have in your household. So would this be something you would be interested in, sir? As we are offering this special introductory offer of $100 a month that would cover all expenses in case of a flood.
Whoa, a flood. Well, that is, maybe I should, because that flood of 72, Agnes flood, that was terrible. I mean, I can show you these videos if you want. I can email them or send a link to them. I can upload them to my, I have a website that I can upload them to, and if you want to see them. But cars were overturned. There was mud everywhere. I think it took them like 3 or 4 months to clean up everything. And that's only in the city of Nanticoke. I mean, Kingston, there was so many crews out there nonstop cleaning. And then they had to build up the dikes where, so it won't happen again. And it did happen again later on down the road, but the dikes were built up more and more. And then once it happened again, which is why I probably should go ahead with this. So you probably have a sale. But the dikes were brought up even more, and then it stopped completely. So
yes, sir. This would cover all expenses, all items in your house. It would even cover vehicles if they were in a garage.
Vehicles. Oh, speaking of. Oh, wait. I want to make sure. I have a really it's a customized '80s retro video game car, and I don't want this to be damaged. So it has a video game system in the back of the trunk. When I go to car shows, I do about 50 car shows a year. And kids play video games in the back of my trunk, and it's all decorated on the inside and outside. There's lights on it. There's about 150,000 miles on it already, and I only got it a year and a half ago. But then when I got it, when I got it about a year ago, it only had about 100,000 miles. So I put a lot of mileage on it in such a short amount of time. But it's a lot of fun driving this car around with all these lights flashing around.
Sir. Cars are very fun to drive, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I would. All vehicles that would be on the premise would be covered under this policy.
Oh, with the clothes. I have light-up clothes that actually have like LEDs built into them, and I like to wear them at night at these car shows because they have battery operated, and then they just light up continuously, and it's pretty neat walking around like an alien, you know what I mean, with all these lights around clothes. And then with my car lit up, I have an 80s type retro car that has all lights around the side of it, and in the trunk, when you open the trunk, there's a video game system in the trunk. Kids play the video game systems at the car shows, and
yes, sir. All your clothes and belongings would be covered under this policy, sir.
Okay, so clothes policy, cars, all the
sir, everything on the premise would be covered with this flood insurance policy. And we have the special introductory rock bottom deal offer of $100 a month for the premium service, sir.
What about my CD collection? I have about 1,000 CDs at least. There's 80s metal. That's all I listen to anymore. I don't listen to this new crap out there. So I have a ton of 80s metal CDs. And it's very precious. Some of them are worth like $500 each. I'm not sure what the insurance would cover on that, but
everything would be covered,
for it. Now, hold on. There's about 1,000 of them. So some of them are worth $10, some of them are worth $1. So I would have to figure out how much they're all worth. Let me go take a tally of that, and I'm going to see how much they're all worth, and then I'll get back to you. Okay? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day.
You.
Have a good day.